The standard today was incredibly high.
Yeah, I think the overall standard was absolutely excellent. It was difficult to pick favourites out, really.
I thought the standard was very good. It's getting harder and harder every year.
I think, as usual, the standard's been incredibly high, more so in the regions. The specialist categories, I think you tend to get people stretch themselves and push themselves a little bit more, and in the regions, in my opinion, in the past, they've played it quite safe, but I was really shocked.
I think you can see the skill level in British hairdressing is going up and up.
There are some very, very good entries, and it's been quite a difficult decision.
I think the overall standard was incredibly high. There are so many entries, and each year the number of entries that are fantastic is getting bigger and bigger, and there were more than ever that were really, really good.
Overall, I think it was, I would go so far to say incredible.
People were starting to do simpler hair, cleaner, more well done. They weren't trying too hard, and I like that. I like the idea of getting back to the craft of hair and picking a simpler cut or simpler style and just finishing it immaculately and letting the hair speak for itself.
I think everyone's going in a lot tighter with their pictures now, which is the sort of trend of the moment. There's still, a real varied mixture of curls and dressed hair and hair up.
Lots of texture, lots of volume, but dressed beautifully.
People were going for a lot softer, more sort of fluid hair.
What is evident is the amount of skill that it takes to produce the pictures. So the quality of the hairdressing that's evident in the photos is really, really on show.
It was London, newcomer, men's, colour actually. Colourist was pretty high.
Men's was phenomenally large, and it got some really good standard of work in it. It always is, and that's getting bigger and bigger, I think, as a category. Probably Southern and London.
The Southern is always a really strong category, a lot of really good stuff in Southern.
Really tough was definitely artistic team. I thought that was a very, very high standard.
Men's was great. I thought it was really good to see a lot more haircuts in men's rather than the dressed hair.
Men's, definitely men's. Definitely men's. There was some very strong ones in men's.
Well, how big is men's this year? Most I've ever seen, ever.
Men's, a hell of a lot of men's entries this year, but very, very good stuff.
I thought men's was particularly strong this year. There's some really nice work there, and also London as well. That stood out to me as well.
I think one of the most exciting areas is men's hairdressing. The number of men's entries is huge, and with that in mind, I think it shows what is happening in our industry. For so many years, men's hairdressing was completely overlooked, and we're seeing a real boom.
Okay, for me, it was great to see the Wales and South West a lot better than last year.
And I thought Southern was a good category as well.
Some of the categories that were maybe very strong last year are not quite so strong this year, and other categories that weren't quite so strong last year are actually great this year. So it's really been an interesting year.
Oh, I think there's absolutely no doubt in my mind that it is the event of the year.
It's mega, it really is. It has been the thing that's driven the standards up. As well as some really important hairdressers in the country that drive and push the standards forward. This as a competition is the one that's driven the standard for a long time now, and still holding it. Now it gives me business focus, creative focus, and generates more buzz and excitement in the salon.
Keeps a lot of hairdressers on point, on edge, and it's very good for the younger generation coming up. It's giving them something to work towards.
Every time you enter something like this, you're a better hairdresser than what you were before you started, without a doubt. So even if you don't get through, you're going to become a better hairdresser having done that. The experience of putting a photo shoot together is quite something. There's so many skills involved in it.
It's not all about winning, it's about the experience of entering, what you learn year after year. And then, when you do eventually come up with the goods and you really deserve to win, that feeling is just absolutely unbeatable. And I can tell you from personal experience.
For me, it's absolutely the thing that's made my business. It's got me the best staff. It's got bums on seats every single day. Busy. So crucial to anyone's career.
So it's a must event.
Without doubt, the British Hairdressing Awards have been paramount to the success of British hairdressing over the last 20 years.